Okay, we're going live. I'm just waiting for Alex to join me. Anytime she wants to join. Anytime. We are going to be talking about our GoFundMe as soon as I can get Alex on here with me. I don't know about you guys, I don't like the new Facebook. It's not great. Yay, we're going live. Hi, Gabby. I'm just waiting for Alex. She's going to join me. Don't go anywhere. Okay? Just waiting for her to join me. Let's see here. Let me pop up my messenger. Hey, there she is. Adding you. You're connecting. There she is. Hey, girl.
Look at us.
All right. Well, guys, we just wrapped on our final episode for our first season of True Crime and Chill.
Yay!
Like literally just stopped recording. It's still converting the video.
So, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't know in case anybody cares, we actually have a process. We record the video on Zoom so that we have the video to post on YouTube, and then we have a special program that we record the sound on. So it even if like something happens and Zoom goes out, it continues to record the audio, which we thought was a really good idea.
Right.
Except for it just adds extra pieces to it.
But
it's okay, because I personally I've been happy with the way everything has turned out. So anyway, what we are here to do is talk to you about the GoFundMe that we started, why we started it, what it's about, and how you guys can help us find Katelin Akens. Okay. If you haven't listened to our episode yet, we did an episode about Katelin Akens and how she went missing. Alex, you covered this case. When did she go missing?
So there's all this stuff. Hold on, let me get everything up real quick. Let me actually tag her mom in it as well, so that way she can watch it.
Yeah.
By the way, Lisa is just an absolute sweetheart, honestly. And I'm going to share this in the Katelin group. And
so if you don't know, one of the things that we do is sometimes we get the opportunity to reach out to families and friends and people who know the victims of the crimes that we talk about.
Which is honestly really good, because then we can get their point of view and everything.
Exactly. And sometimes we even have them reach out to us. I think that's happened once or twice. We've had them reach out to us and say, hey, we have this case. Can you consider this for us?
Exactly. Hey, we heard this, but then we're also hearing conflicting information and stuff. So,
yep.
But our main thing is when we reach out, we're just basically trying to be like, hey, this is what we're trying to do and stuff. I actually drove up to Missouri, last weekend before. And I got to sit down and I got to, oh, hi, Tina. Tina's watching. Tina is another person that I'm actually getting information with on a case that I'm working on and stuff. So I actually got to sit down with a family and everything and talk with them. And I got to go to the memorial site for their son and everything. So, and it was a really humbling experience, because oh gosh, my dad commented, but hi, Dad. You're in my living room. But it was just a really humbling experience too, because it's we talk about these cases and we get to talk with these families over the phone and on Facebook and everything. And I normally do the contact with them and stuff, but then you actually get to go and see the place where they found their kid's body and the place where their memorial is and stuff. And it's just it's insane. It's absolutely insane, because you're sitting there and you're just kind of wow and stuff. And
so let's let's circle back around because we want to talk about you helping us find.
So
Katelin
one of the first cases that I had put down on the list was the Katelin Akens case. I had actually heard the case from a Crime Junkie episode a few months prior, and I don't know, like, it was just one of those cases that really just stuck with you, mainly because it's one of those cases that, like, you sit there and you're kind of like, okay, well, there's definitely a lot going on here. And you're sitting there and you're kind of like, okay, well, there's got to be something more that we can do. So Caitlin's case.
So let's
Caitlin's case is basically
really so people know why this is so important.
So basically the reason why we're doing this is Katelin was actually visiting her family, and I always mess this up when I say it because for some reason I can't pronounce it correctly. Fredericksburg, Virginia. I always like stumble over it. This was back in December of 2015. So this year will actually be 5 years that she's been missing and stuff, which is 5 years too long. She basically went back because she needed to go get some stuff for her to start school the next week and everything. Like, she was living in Arizona at the time with her fiance. And if you listen to our podcast, you'll kind of hear a little bit more about their relationship, which is super cute. Like, let me tell you, it was
they're adorable.
But she was supposed to, so she went home to go get all this stuff. Her new nephew was born, who, again, I'm friends with Lisa, her mom, on Facebook, so I see like pictures of her nephew on there and everything, and he is growing like a weed. And so she wanted to see, like, her family, and she wanted to see her nephew, and she wanted to see her sister and stuff. And so December 5th, she was actually supposed to fly back to Arizona. Now, Lisa had to work in the morning, and she didn't want to have Katelin, like, wait at the airport for hours, which I don't blame her for because that always sucks. So Katelin was supposed to get dropped off by her stepdad, James, who Lisa and James were divorced at the time. But James had been around since Katelin was a kid. And so they were still close. And Lisa said that, she dropped Katelin off. They had been talking, like James and Katelin were talking on the couch, catching up and stuff. And she gave her daughter a hug and a kiss, and she said, "I love you," and she left. And that was the last time she's ever seen Katelin. And what happened is James was supposed to drive Katelin to the airport. Now, it wasn't until after everything started coming out that James had admitted that he never actually took Katelin to the airport. He had taken her to the mall, and because she wanted to go to like JCPenney or whatever, that she was going to ride the metro. But Katelin never really was she was never really accustomed to the metro, I guess. But so it was.
Long story short, he said he dropped her off at the mall and she took the metro to the airport. However,
she didn't.
CCTV does not show that he was ever there.
Yep.
Let alone she was ever at the metro. Plus, it seemed really suspicious because she had never really taken the metro. And not to say she couldn't have figured it out.
And the thing is,
but with that short of amount of a time before a flight, especially because you need to get there so early, it seems highly suspicious. So basically, and also the cell phone towers show that he didn't go anywhere. So there's something really suspicious about this. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to the fact that her stepfather was the last person to ever see her.
And her suitcase was found 50 miles away from the airport.
Right. So shortly after that, her suitcase was found, like it had been thrown out a window.
Yep.
On the side of the road.
So let me kind of go into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go into like why we created the GoFundMe. And the reason why we created the GoFundMe is because I'm sharing this in Caitlin's group, so that way they can watch it as well. You can kind of probably hear.
Awesome. Yes, life happening behind us because we're moms.
Yes. So the whole reason why I want to do the GoFundMe is because there is this nonprofit organization out of Colorado Springs. And the idea of the nonprofit is that they have trained like scent dogs, like the police scent dogs they use. These are like retired scent dogs and stuff. These are like they have them trained. And the whole thing is if we can get them out to. Okay, so I got to back up a little bit. So when Kayla went missing, police did their job. And they did as much as they could. Unfortunately, they did find traces of Katelin at the house. They didn't find traces of Katelin in his car. James refused to let them see his cell phone. The reason why, and I've seen this in a lot of the groups about Katelin too. Why haven't police checked the cell phone? Why isn't there a warrant for the cell phone? Blah 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 and everything. And it's like, unfortunately, from detectives that I have talked to, like not associated with the case, but just detectives who this would just be general knowledge. If there's no body, there's no crime. Katelin was an adult at the time of her disappearance. Even though she technically is classified as a missing person, she could technically be someone who just wanted to start over, someone who just wanted to disappear. And I'm not saying that that is true.
Right.
I am saying that that is their line of thinking. As of right now, until they have evidence, like, you know, giant blood pool, like evidence stuff, like they find her hair or pieces of her scalp or something. They have evidence of her being hurt or taken or something like that. As of right now, she is considered, she's missing, but she's an adult.
She's considered like a runaway.
Yeah, so she may have just wanted to start a new life. So James has another property in Virginia, and his mom currently lives on this property. Everybody is like, why won't they search the property? Because here's the thing, because his mom lives there, and James does not. His mom has full control over who she can allow on that property. Another huge thing is there is no evidence that Katelin was there on the day that she went missing. Absolutely none. No cell phone records, no cell phone towers, nothing. There's no witness, nothing. I mean, who knows? She probably could have been there. She really could have been there. But there was no evidence that they can go off of. So the nonprofit organization that I'm getting in touch with, what they do is they ended up helping. I don't know how many of you guys heard about, there was the Kelsey Barrett case in Colorado. So Kelsey was a mom who disappeared. I think it was like the day after Thanksgiving, and nobody knew where she was. They thought that she may have gone up. They thought that she may have been dumped in Idaho. It was later found that her boyfriend / fiance, Patrick Frazee, had killed her, dismembered her, and then burned her body in the backyard, and then had his girlfriend drive her cell phone up to Idaho to dump it up there. Yeah, huge thing. Girlfriend was a nurse, by the way. So what this nonprofit did is they went out and they used the search dogs to aid in helping to find Kelsey and see if they could find out where she was ultimately burned and see if there was anything to recover of her. So, like I said, they're a nonprofit organization. So for them to be able, and I've already talked to them, they said they'd be more than happy to fly out for a week, bring the dogs, search the property lines surrounding James's mom's house. Because if they stay on the property of the neighbors and they're searching the lines and those dogs get any kind of scent of Katelin on James's mom's property, that could be something that we can give the police to be like, hey, y'all need to check this out, because that could be enough for a warrant to actually go on the property and start searching it with their search dogs and stuff. So
it can give the police probable cause to search that property.
If Katelin sent James on that property at all, it'll give the police enough probable cause to search it, which is what we're looking for.
Right, because there's no reason she should have been.
Exactly, which is what we're looking for. And the main thing is, what we're trying to do now is we're trying to raise that money. Right now, the GoFundMe is set at $900, and that's just kind of a little bit over. So we're estimating that's about as much as it's going to cost, because it's going to be 2 plane tickets for them plus their dogs, hotel and food costs and stuff. And so this is them coming out to do this. Now, again, I will have full proof that all money coming towards the GoFundMe, that is what it's going for. I've already talked to Lisa. I already have everything up. I did talk to Lisa about possibly doing shirts that we could possibly get made and people could pay for those, and the money can go to the GoFundMe. We would just need to find somebody who's willing to donate time and resources for that. I do also make cups. I am currently going to be making an example for Lisa as well. They're going to be cups that look like this. I'm going to decorate them and stuff, but they're going to be black and pink with Find Katelin Akens on them. If you would like to purchase one, I'm only going to be doing a few, but you can purchase one. All money will be going towards the GoFundMe. But the thing is we really need to get this out there. We need to get this out there. Katelin's been missing for 5 years. James knows something. Regardless of whether he did something or not, he knows something. And that's the issue, is like we just need to get enough probable cause for the police to be able to continue doing what they're doing. And like I said, it is a nonprofit that goes through like the local police and stuff, and because they are nonprofit, it's not going to overstep any boundaries, I guess would be the word for it. It's not going to overstep any boundaries, and as long as they stay on the neighbor's property and don't go on James's property, then there's nothing that James can do about it. None at all.
That's right. So anyway, we're just trying to do everything that we can to help, because after talking to Katelin's mom, there have been other people that have talked about this case, that have brought it to light, but all they really do is they talk about the case and then that's it. And we're trying to do what we can with what, you know, the limited power, I guess, that we're given to help find answers. Even if, you know, no matter, just an answer of some kind would be so great, because her family has just been in this, like, this, I don't know if you've ever had that feeling where you're just like, you know, you feel lost and you feel helpless, and it's like you're holding your breath constantly. And I imagine that's exactly what's been happening to Katelin's family for 5 years, to her mother, to her sister, to her fiance, all of these things. And that's not an okay feeling for anybody to feel for a day, let alone 5 years. So anything that we can do to help is what we want to do. I've posted a link in the comments below. You can find our GoFundMe for for helping to find Katelin Akens. Anything helps, you guys. We really want to raise money so this nonprofit can come out and help search for Katelin, because 5 years is just too long.
Exactly.
So if you guys can go on and donate $5, $10, we're not.
And even if you can't donate, share. Like, I know, share on all your social media platforms. Like, I've been sharing. Tag different crime podcasts that you guys listen to. Like, share. Because even if you can't donate, if you share it, then eventually people are going to find it to where, like, it could be shared. You know, and I share it constantly. And if you guys have any questions about it, like, especially if you're like, you know, because I get it, you know, a random GoFundMe pops up for this girl who's been missing for 5 years. And I know from experience that when tragedy happens, like, people try to take advantage of it. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. Like, please reach out to us. Please reach out to me. Please reach out to Lisa if you want to, like, fact check everything and make sure, like, hey, are these 2 women supposed to be doing this for you and stuff? Because again,
we feel like this is just such a big injustice, and nobody seems to be doing anything. Even the other people that have covered it, like, I mean, as much as exposure is helpful, we feel like we're in a place where we can do something, and we really would love for you to also be part of this, to help us help her family get some answers, because nobody deserves to not have answers for 5 years.
Exactly. And, you know, Lisa deserves to, like, figure out what happened to her daughter. Katelin's sister deserves to know what's going on with her daughter. Like, I mean, Katelin's sister deserves to know what's going on with Katelin. Like, Katelin's nephew deserves to, like, know, like, what happened to his aunt. Like, this is a kid who, like, and, you know, when he was born, like, Katelin was stoked. Like, she was stoked to be an aunt and everything. So, I mean, like, you gotta kind of think about everything that's going on and stuff. So, if you can share, if you can donate, that's great. If you can't donate, please just share the heck out of this and everything. And it would honestly mean a lot to all of us. When I get the examples for the cups up, I'll go ahead and go live again, and we'll do that and everything. But, you know, and we'll post another link to the GoFundMe. I'm going to try and do it at least once a day. So you guys are going to be stand with it with me, but oh well.
Right. But the point is, guys, right now we're, you know, somebody's donated $5, and
and thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Kimberly, thank you.
We appreciate that.
So anything and everything helps. We really want to help them help Katelin's family get some answers, because her stepfather isn't talking. Whether he's, you know, covering his own tracks or her tracks, it's hard to say. But when it really comes down to it, her family deserves to know what happened to her. So if you can donate, great. I've posted a link in the comments below. If you can't donate, please just take 2 seconds and share it, so that somebody maybe who can afford $5-10 can help.
And like we said, we know COVID is making times hard, but like we said, somebody out there has got to be able to help. And at this point, it's just it's getting ridiculous. Like, it needs to be solved.
We're giving you an opportunity to help in this. So if you can donate, great. If you can share, even better. We just, you know, we want to help. And this is how we're trying to help. And if you guys can help us help them, I mean, it's a totally,
you get a thumbs up, you get a kudos. Like we're hoping, like, this helps. And we just, like, put yourself in Lisa's shoes. You would do anything you could to be able to find your kid and find out what happened to her and stuff. So,
and being moms ourselves, like, I can't even imagine not knowing what happened to my kid. So, you know, like I said, the link is there. If you can donate, great. If you can't, please share. Uh, Speaking of being a mom.
Yeah, you can definitely hear my child. He definitely needs a nap. I'm going to go put him down after this, but.
For those of you who maybe weren't watching at the beginning, the money is going towards a nonprofit who can bring scent dogs out and search property around an area that could have clues to what happened to Katelin Akens, but we are not in a place, and the police are not in a place where they're allowed to search it without probable cause.
Yeah.
So we're trying to give probable cause by bringing this nonprofit out to do their job. So the GoFundMe link is there. We're going to be posting it on our page. It's in the comments below. If you can donate, great. If you can't, please share so that the word gets out, because frankly, 5 years is too long to not have any answers about where this girl is. Every other case that we've covered has had a result of some kind, up to and including Alyssa Turney recently. Her sister was advocating for her and got the stepdad arrested because of the voice that she had.
Yes.
So we're attempting to use our voice to help get answers for this case and for their family. Because this is just, it's so sad. It honestly, I'm trying really hard not to cry right now because it's just so sad. If you can't laugh, if you can't cry, you laugh, right? So anyway, the point is, guys, we're trying to raise money to help Katelin Akens' family and get answers for them. So the GoFundMe link is again in the comments, and we'll be posting it all over our page. If you could at least share, that would be so helpful. If you can't share, or if you can donate, that's even better. Just $5, just $1, doesn't matter. Please, anything helps. We just really want to help her family.
And we do thank you guys again. But until next time.
Yeah. And hey, by the way, like we said, we just finished wrapping on our last episode of the season. So look for that on Tuesday, because, Tuesday. And then we'll be taking a little break.
Also, I'm very sorry about slacking on posting this week. So I will be posting double next week when this episode comes out and stuff. But like we said,
and we'll be back on what was the day on that? October 27th.
Okay.
So,
but until next time, guys, and please, like I said, if you guys have any other questions, please reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you would have.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your help and for sharing and for listening. And please do what you can to help to find Katelin Akens. Do whatever you can in your power and help find answers for Katelin's family.
Bye.
Bye.